Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this very important panel on the right to participate and the case of Iran. I'm delighted to see so many of you here early. I know people will probably be coming in as the session proceeds. We ask people to just enter quietly. I'd like to ask everyone also to turn off the ringers on their cell phones, if possible, and any other electronic equipment that might buzz or ding. But at the same time, I also want to urge you to feel free and encourage you even to tweet, because while there are many of us in this room, there are many, many thousands more who we would like to follow this and follow the comments that are going to be made today. And the Twitter is Iranian Women UN. Okay, all together one word. So you can already start to look on that account if you're tweeting. I also want to let everyone know that there are a number of people taking photographs, and before we proceed to do so or do anything with these photographs, I want to see if there is anyone in the room who would prefer, for whatever reason, not to be photoed. Nobody? Okay. Yes?
I don't mind photographs, but I don't care for video.
Okay.
This is just a photograph, correct?
Is there videography going on? Yes? Okay, so does everybody note that, please? We're trying to respect everyone's concerns and needs around that. Okay. This session is about the right to participate in the broadest sense and in the very specific case of Iran. The women of civil society all over the world, and especially as we're thinking about those who couldn't be with us today from Iran, are obviously not here in this room with us, but they are not silent. And our goal at this gathering is to bring their plight, their courage, their concerns, and their voices to the world. The right to participate in global conversations about inequality, about poverty, about development, about human rights, about peace and security absolutely requires the adherence to the most fundamental principles of the United Nations, which is to foster conversation and dialogue not only among governments, but among the civil societies and populations of all countries everywhere. Michelle Bachelet of UN Women, in the opening day of the CSW here in New York this week, said, "Engagement with civil society is fundamental to progress at all levels." And no country can prevent their own people from participating in the global conversation anymore. And that is what we are here to discuss today. We're going to divide our time into several parts this morning. We're about to show you a film that will bring to you the faces and voices of some of the Iranian women who could not be here at this conference this year. And we're going to follow that with a discussion among this very distinguished and wonderful panel that I'm so privileged to moderate this morning about the right to participate, about the situation for women in Iran, and about what we as civil society and what the UN member states can do to make sure that people are never prevented or persecuted for participating in global conversations like this one again. And finally, we will have the last half hour an open conversation and dialogue with all of you. And I hope that as many of you as possible will have a chance to engage in this conversation with those of us up here. So let's show the film.
زنان در هر کجای جهان که باشند تحت تبعیض و فشارند.